Get more stability? We could. There's a couple different ways you can do it, in fact. Sometimes your ruler will get a, like, ambition, and you can just do their ambition, and sometimes you get stability out of it, which is cool. But we did just do a religious omen, so we don't need these points really for anything. I suppose we could just sacrifice a pig. Sure, why not? Next cost would be 376. That's going to be pretty difficult to actually pay for. But it does give an extra multiplier to research points, so... Okay, Pharsalos already has as many marketplaces as we can do. I'm not spending oratory power because I was thinking about fabricating a claim, but then I guess we kind of decided we're not going to do that. %205% research efficiency. We're so outrageously efficient. There is a growing penalty that's happening due to being ahead of time, but as far as I've done my math, the ahead of time bonus, it's a moving target. So as we approach that 19 years ahead, it will retroactively like I don't know how to explain it, like speed up, you know, like we're currently only gaining 1.99% each year, but on the next January tick, it will go up a little bit. Let's play a game. All right, Egypt's on Tech 1, effectively. 1 across the board. Rome is starting to get Tech 1. We are roughly 2.25 on all four techs. We could, I guess, try to vassalize other people peacefully, in theory. You can demand tribute status, but they don't want to. They, you know, the base reasons for not wanting to do it are huge. It reminds me of like E4 forced vassalization or like peaceful vassalization. And again, if you're spending your oratory power on improving relations, notice how we only can get 66.5 with non-subjects. Like, let's say I do this. 66.5 plus 20 plus a gift, maybe I can get them above 100, which is the requirement for demanding tribute. But then what do I gain? Our tributaries are loose subjects who give a portion of their monthly income to their overlord in exchange for protection. They don't use a diplo slot, and they cannot be integrated diplomatically, and they may cancel the relationship. They're not called into your wars. So you're telling me I'm going to spend Monarch Points to get money and a sort of subject that doesn't join my wars that I can't integrate who can voluntarily cancel the relationship. Or I could spend my oratory power instead promoting my crappy freemen into citizens. I just don't see the value in it. Like I've tried to math out like, okay, does this make sense? Am I missing out on something here? Should I do it? I'm not seeing that. Is there culture map mode? Yep. We got culture here. We've gained the trait Forgiving. Ooh, what's that? I don't think I've seen that one before. We've lost finesse and we've gained charisma. Oddly, your ruler stats get divided by 2 and rounded down. So we have 7, 2 base, 2 from ideas match government, 3 from our ruler. 7 goes down to like 3.5. So we just kind of, technically I guess we just gained a monarch point a month because we went from 7 down to 6 and then from 3 up to 4. That's good. Monthly tyranny minus 0.05. Siege engineers, fort defense, triremes, blah, blah, blah. National slave output, sure, why not? What do you think is the best government? So far, in my opinion, I think that republics are the most dynamic. because you can somewhat influence which house comes into power, or which like Senate faction, and the factions all have pretty interesting modifiers. But monarchies are good too. They're all good. Everything, the game's great, it's fun. It's fine. I'm not judging anything, I swear. I think at this point I'm going to start to consider spending our money on Monarch Points. We've already got the buildings that are really important in the primary holdings. We could spend more money militarizing and just training more troops. We're nearly at the manpower cap again. But I don't know. Johan's standing behind the corner, isn't he? Yeah, what's up with my background? I did move, yeah. I'm in my new house now. I've been here for about 2 weeks, but the internet took forever to get installed. So we're doing all right. We're making like 17 ducats a month. We'd be making a lot more if I wasn't trying to min-max this manpower recovery. But just for the sake of, I don't know, having a bigger army. In vanilla, like EU4 or something, not vanilla, I don't know why I said vanilla. In EU4, you would probably be drilling or something right now. But in this case, we just sort of sit with an unassigned army. Lots of light cav, because I love them. Time for the Olympic Games again. We'll go with that guy. Wrong culture happiness +5, wrong culture happiness +5. I guess we'll go with siege engineers, why not? We're not in a war, but whatever. We're up to 227.8% research efficiency. Military tradition. All right, so I think we just keep like powering down to the victor's spoils and see if that works. I mean, the sooner we can get the ability to raid ports, the sooner we can play with that. That's a click we can do here. Raid ports. 25 military points. This navy can raid up to 2 adjacent ports for slaves if they are protected by fewer than 2 fortress levels and have a population above 5. Causes aggressive expansion and an additional 1 point per port raided. Why steal slaves? I have no idea. Someone wanted us to try that. We're playing tall. We're not going to war. That's why we're doing this. The Olympic Games have concluded. Slaves can increase the production of trade goods. This is true, but slaves also increase the total population of your civilization, which affects your research efficiency ratio. Currently, we're at 227.8 out of 300% max. Basically, if we can triple our population in research efficiency, we get the maximum research rate per month. Which is why I'm continuously trying to get citizens into the capital city where we have the absolute highest multiplier. 175% output efficiency here. So at this point, it might make sense to start trying to move citizens into the capital. Even though it costs civic power. Sorry, not move citizens. We want to move the freemen who currently generate no research and just kind of cost us. And then once they're moved, we'll promote them. Or the other way around. I mean, we could promote them where they stand for now. Is there any way to reduce the cost of interacting with pops? Yep. There are laws you can pass. So for example, domestic laws, right now we have courts for landowners, which gives national citizen happiness +5. If we switched over to relaxed citizenship status, we could have citizen promotion cost -50. But that comes at the penalty of national citizen output -10. So, it might be worthwhile if you're going to do a lot of conversion, a lot of like promotion from freemen to citizens. I mean, we have a lot of citizens right now. We still have quite a few tribesmen as well, and tribesmen are like the least valuable to us. That beard is looking spectacularly Babylonian. During the MP event, Spiff did an exploit and showed it on his channel with all pops. You get 300% tech. That's not an exploit. That's just how is that an exploit? That's just doing. That's how it's supposed to be. If you have all citizens, you get lots of research. I guess I just don't understand how that's an exploit. Lofty ambitions. Aretas Karsid and his dreams of high office are fairly well known in Macedon. Because we are, due to your ruler's questionable character, give him the job. Alkimos, the philosopher, is this guy. He wants to become our philosophos, which is this guy. Our current guy gives us monthly legitimacy plus 0.06, which is useless because we're at the cap. So fine, just do it, I don't care. Actually, no, I do care. I don't want you to be here. I want you to be, I'm gonna just undo everything he did. It's fine. I'm actually gonna have this guy do it, and then you're gonna go back to slavery. Aretas, you will research the religions. Do it. Do pops auto-promote? There is a way to do it. You can turn on a governor edict, which has a chance of doing some stuff for you. Kind of. So if you look here, you've got, well, I have to get to 50 oratory power to be able to do it. To see the modifier. I don't like that. I don't know why you can't see the damn effect when you don't have the requirement. Alright, so civilization effort, monthly chance of the following. Tribesmen pop will promote to freemen or to slaves. So they either go from your tribesmen either promote up to freemen or down to slaves, both of which I think are better than being a tribesman. I mean, you do want slaves. I feel like these you want to promote to either freemen and then freemen into citizens. So getting them off of tribesmen can be useful. There's also ways to force convert their culture over time, and ways to convert their religion over time as well. Alright, let's push for Pella to get up to 80 pop. Get that next marketplace. Is there any other way to get manpower other than freemen? Well, here's the thing. Okay, so this whole time I've been playing today, the last 3.5 hours, you've watched me in this session while I'm showcasing like a valid, I think, style of playing tall. I've been promoting away all of our sources of manpower. I've been deleting buildings that give manpower efficiency ratio. And so yes, the cynic in the crowd could say, well, Arumba's going to struggle when he goes to war because he won't be able to have manpower for fighting people. That would be true if we didn't make lots of money and there weren't gratuitous billions of mercenaries lying around that you could just hire on a whim. You know what's better than waiting 25 years for your manpower to recover? Hiring a 30 stack. You just clicked that. We dropped from 70 to 40k? Sure, but we also went from like, what, 90 or 70 or 80 something research efficiency up to 236%. Now I know that there's been an announcement that they're gonna like alter the balance of some of the game stuff, right? So everything you're seeing right now is gonna change, probably, at least a little bit. Ooh, and the tech speed multiplier. I'd like to get that one. We have now gained an infection. We are currently 62 years old. We're probably gonna die soon. Let's make sure that we keep enough religious power on hand in order to do the next blessing. But I do think we'll bump up to 3 stab soon. Let's take this tech speed bonus. That affects all 4 techs, so it's pretty good. Someone just decided to give us money for some reason. It's nice of him, I guess. Alright, so we can take this a step further now. So far, all I've done is move pops within provinces. Okay, right? So I've taken, like, in the province of Macedonia, I've moved pops from, like, Beoria to Pella. You can do it another way as well. You can move pops along sea tiles or along physical adjacencies. So if this is the province of Macedonia, and we've run out of easily sourced slaves, and I want to move them from, say, this region, where we only get 25% capital region bonus, into the Macedonia region, where we get a 50% or possibly 75% bonus in the capital city, we could just bleed off pops from, like, say, here. These slaves in Demetrius. When we go to move them, look closely at this list. If we look closely, there, you can see you can also move them to physical adjacent provinces via sea tile or via water. So we're gonna move them to Aigai. We're actually moving them out of their current state now. We're out of points. You gotta pay the price twice, but we've already done what we can to try to minimize that cost in the first place. So that's 5 slaves I've pulled from Demetrios into Aigai. And now, again, we can move them to Pella. And keep on bumping that capital city up to max out the marketplace count. With 9 marketplaces, we have 45% increased local taxes, commerce, and civilization value plus 9, which means our citizens are at, like, a lot happy. 20 plus 10 plus 5 plus 10 plus 10 plus 47.5 plus 2.5. Our resting happiness is at 105% right now. So a little bit more civilization value is going to allow us to then stop worrying about precious metal importation, and then we can focus on something else, like more research modifiers. How can you gain slaves? You can grow them, you can capture them via conquest, you can use the slave raid thing that we're working toward, which is Victor's Spoils, raid ports. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm just gonna start spending some of these points on Monarch Points instead of building more buildings. Pella's gonna stop growing soon because it's got too many people here, basically. If I add 2 more people, we'll be at 0% growth rate. And if you go negative, there is a 5 unrest penalty for having negative growth rate. So we will need to possibly consider building other buildings here. But that extra pop there just gave us an extra marketplace. Hella's getting pretty big. We're on martial advances 3s across the board with this playstyle. Rome is on 1, Egypt is on 1, Phrygia is on 0, Seleucid's on 0, Maurya is on 0, Carthage is on 1. I mean, this is, I think, like, it's roughly equivalent to being on Tech 6 in EU4 when everyone else is on Tech 4. Like, we're ahead, but not only are we ahead, but we're currently... It's like, what's the phrase? There's 2 terms. There's leading indicators and lagging indicators. I don't know which one of those 2 I'm looking for here. I think that it's one of those 2, but basically we're ahead on tech, but we're also like super forward invested in tech. Not only are we currently ahead, but we're currently growing at a much faster rate than anyone else. So the distance between our tech and their tech is going to continue to distance itself. That hopefully makes sense.